As a character, I love Superman. A lot of people have historically decried him as being boring, too powerful. But I've always thought of him not as interesting due to wondering how he might be defeated. In the superhero genre, they never truly lose after all, but in his essential character. Superman is compelling not due to wish fulfillment, imagining what it would be like to be a being with ultimate power, for someone to exist who could crack the world in half, but is instead engaging because it's the concept of the greatest power on Earth being in the hands of the kindest, most deserving, and good-hearted person possible. In our world, being able to obtain ultimate power means you're probably not the sort of person who should have it. But in this story, power is only used to do good, and has a face which is lovable and safe. That's the magic of the story. And in the two most recent film adaptations of Superman, one absolutely nails that essential aspect of Superman's depth, while the other misses it by a mile, self-consciously trying to appeal to an idea of cool that perverts the character and its aims as a story. Now, if you're a Superman fan, you've definitely seen criticisms of things like this, and this, and this, a million times, and I am gonna do it again. But it's worth digging this movie up, now that we have this to juxtapose with. It makes it a lot easier to see what a rotten Superman story this was. I've talked about Zack Snyder before. He knows how to make something look cool, and quite literally can't do anything else. His Superman film, Man of Steel, dealing with the character's origins and a battle with classic villain General Zod, has some ingredients of a Superman movie that should work, but he doesn't understand the character he's making a movie about. And so we get someone handsome and powerful, but bland and unlikable. I'm not going to say it's all Snyder's fault, I don't really like the script either, but he definitely doesn't help. It gets off to a pretty weird, bad start. Not only is everything, as per usual in a Zack Snyder movie, overlaid with some strange filter that darkens and dulls all the colors, but we spend a lot, way too much, time on Krypton, showing Superman's birth parents and the planet before its destruction. The superhero fights later look good, but Krypton looks really weird. What the fuck is this woman wearing? Why does everything have like this sepia tone on it? It's like he took every scene he shot and just made it more brown. It's very strange. It introduces this thing about codexes and bloodline purity.
I know you stole the codex, Jor-El.
This is a second chance for all of Krypton, not just the bloodlines you deem worthy.
The planet gets all this lore, like this is fucking Star Wars, and none of it is memorable. Why Krypton explodes never has mattered and never will. It's not what the story is supposed to be about. When we finally get to Earth, literally 20 minutes later, we get a very brown, fiery explosion scene.
Hey, let's go! What are you doing?
But the thing we see afterwards is something that shows promise. It isn't lingered on nearly enough. There just isn't enough time, because we're gonna have to spend the bulk of it watching Superman blow shit up. We see Superman as a child, overwhelmed by his all-encompassing senses. And running to a closet for refuge. We spend just enough time here to establish that he has a loving mother, and his childhood was hard. We don't have any time to witness any essential goodness. We don't really get to know who this kid was. In my opinion, one of the most interesting aspects of Superman is his upbringing. That a child with ultimate godlike power was raised by a regular, kind family to be a beautiful person. That isn't here nearly enough. We see him rescue a bus full of his classmates in middle school, and when I saw this, I was just wondering why we skipped straight to his adulthood. Shouldn't these building blocks of the character be important? But no, because the lesson we're supposed to take here isn't about Superman as a person. It's about him as an unknowable, terrifying alien god. What we actually learn is that his father tells him not to help, to let others die, not to be a hero.
Right? We talked about this. You have... Oh, Clark, you have to keep this side of yourself a secret.
What was I supposed to do? Just let him die?
Maybe.
For some reason, the argument is being made that Superman should not be Superman, that any joy in the idea is misplaced. And the entire movie is going to be spent hammering that point home, even in the moments when it thinks it's doing the opposite. The scene here is from an issue of Superman's Secret Origin, a moment that I love. As a teenager, Clark finds out that he's an alien. that his parents found him in a rocket ship, and tearfully tells his father, Jonathan, he doesn't want to be an alien. He wants to be Clark Kent, his son. Jonathan responds that Clark is his son. It affirms the love between them and the strength of their bond as parent and child.
Can I just keep pretending I'm your son?
You are my son.
What the movie adds isn't egregious, but it does blunt the message.
But somewhere out there, you have another father too who gave you another name. And he sent you here for a reason, Clark. And even if it takes you the rest of your life, you owe it to yourself to find out what that reason is.
Can't I keep pretending I'm your son? You are my son. But also, no, you can't, unfortunately. This Superman isn't a nice guy. He's not a goober, he's not fun, he never smiles. He just wanders around doing heroic things with a stoic look on his face. This is the scene when Superman meets Lois Lane for the first time. He pins her wrists above her head in a colorless metal room as she tries to get away.
It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. It's all right.
And heat visions her stomach to fix a wound, making her scream in agony. One of the least romantic and most creepy and awkward ways I could imagine these two meeting. Everything is frightening. Everyone is scared. Even his parents and Lois. The tornado scene where Clark's father Jonathan dies is famous for how awful it is. Apparently, this is the Superman who lets people die. Lets his own father die.
I let my father die because I trusted him. Because he was convinced that I had to wait. That the world was not ready.
We're an hour in, and none of this has worked so far. But this is the moment when you go, oh, this isn't Superman. I don't know who this is. I don't know who that idiot he let die was. But these aren't the characters I love. And whoever made this doesn't know anything about them. Fly over and save your dad, you fucking moron. This is the version of Jonathan Kent who raised Superman to be an amoral coward and died for that conviction. God, this movie's frustrating. Luckily, the whole second half is about that Krypton shit no one cares about and fighting Zod, so I can skip a lot of it. I could almost be done with this. Ugh, the Jesus shit. Fuck the Jesus shit. And this is where the movie goes from just bad and annoying to infuriating, to outright disgusting. Superman, our hero, flies Zod from farmland through a gas station in the town he grew up in. We hear people screaming, sirens, and it's Superman who did that, who killed and endangered innocent people because he just doesn't give a particular fuck about them.
Get inside. It's not safe.
Psychopath. This is what happens when you want to make the fight look cool, but don't think about what that means for the story you're telling or its characters. He spends some time saving soldiers, but never a single civilian. Later in Metropolis, we get gratuitous shots of crowds of people running, screaming, and dying, just to show you how small and unimportant they are, to make them look like bugs. These two make out in the gray, desolate remains of the city, no doubt filled with corpses, and they shudder with like porn lust while they talk.
You know, they say it's all downhill after the first kiss.
I'm pretty sure that only counts when you're kissing a human.
Why does it feel like they're about to fuck in the rubble? This is insane. Oh, we're not quite done yet. Dude, get him out of the city! Okay, this is good. Space is good. Oh, wait, no. No fucking way. From space, you went back?
If you love these people so much, you can mourn for them.
Now this is the most contrived, poorly executed character assassination I've seen from anything in the superhero genre ever. A movie that spends all its time talking about Superman as scary, as godlike and terrifying, at its climax has him brutally, violently snap someone's neck. Like, what if there was a guy and he was like gonna kill a whole family, and the only way Superman could stop it was by killing the guy? Then would he kill somebody?
Don't do this!
Just a contrived, infantile, stupid way to ask the question. It just means you don't understand why Superman doesn't kill. As a character, his essential goodness, belief in others, and respect for the sanctity of life make that impossible. Kindness, virtuousness, wielding power responsibly. These are the basics. Superman is not a thug who snaps your neck when it's convenient. This act is a mockery of everything the character is supposed to be, and absolutely never needed to happen. It feels like a punishment for liking or caring about him, and it's as despicable to watch now as it was 13 years ago when I first saw it. This is a Superman who punches shit and blows shit up, one who's too cool to smile with sincerity, one who doesn't give a fuck about you because he's better than you. A boring bully and a prick. The whole thing is so self-conscious. It just wants so badly to trick you into thinking this guy's cool.
I just think he's kind of hot.
Get in the car, Captain.
Yes, sir.
Seriously, fuck this movie. It single-handedly removed Superman from pop culture for 10 years. But it was a lot of fun to finally watch a movie that actually has Superman in it. You feel the difference immediately. After looking at Man of Steel, the depth of these colors just shine. We get Krypto right away. We get the Fortress soon after. We get the Superman robots after that. This movie isn't embarrassed. It's proud of its history. The Superman robots are a deep cut. And with barely any words out of his mouth, I like this guy right away.
What the hey, dude? I thought you destroyed the whole Superman robots. I thought I told you to keep an eye on him.
The focus on likability and charm make this guy feel like Superman. And afterwards, fuck if that isn't Lex Luthor. That perfect, arrogant genius. That total hatred. There's an understanding and care for this stuff that's already so obvious. Superman lands in the city, and someone runs out to help immediately.
Ollie, you gotta get out of here.
It's not safe. You saved us so many times. Now it's our turn.
Because everyone here loves him. Oh, something the other movie also doesn't get is that Superman is Clark Kent. That's his name. He's from Smallville. The Kents are his parents.
So hey, Ma.
Hey, Clark. Me and Pa just wanted to call and say congratulations on that front page. Boy, that is something.
And yeah, this guy is Superman, but also, this is Clark Kent. That innocent, bumbling confidence.
I am making you your favorite. Breakfast for dinner.
That's your favorite.
The other movie had characters that were nominally related to Superman, but in this movie, they feel so essential, you can't believe somebody ever had the hubris to leave them out, to treat them as unimportant extensions. Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, Perry White, and deep bench DC Universe pulls like Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific show us that this movie isn't just made by someone who loves Superman, but loves this whole universe and all the people in it. All the goofy shit feels natural, obvious. Having Metamorpho be Kryptonite is such an inspired choice by a huge fan. Anybody who knew who this was smiled, I guarantee you. But I don't want to get off track. You don't need those characters to make this movie work, they just enhance it. What you need is Superman. And what this movie shows us is an exact rebuke of the kind of shit Man of Steel was peddling. Man of Steel wanted you to think of Superman's power as something scary, to question it, but never really answers the question, abandoning it to show explosions and fights and death, ironically justifying that fear. In this movie, though, we are introduced to some fictional political conflict for Superman to interfere with, to make a very specific point.
Baravia invaded Jarhanpur, and I showed up and told them that wasn't right.
And
Smashed some tanks and things, and a couple of planes and some other stuff.
These sorts of moral quandaries might exist if Superman did in the real world, and might be compelling questions.
you illegally entered a country, inserting yourself in the middle of an
Hold
incredibly
on a
heated
minute.
geopolitical
Hold on a
situation.
second.
Siding with a nation, Jarhanpur, which historically has not been a friend
Jarhanpur
to the US,
has
against a nation that's technically our ally, and then threatened to murder their head of state.
First of all,
But for Superman, they're not complicated.
Delicate
Gurkhos
situation.
and his goons were going to kill people.
Yes, but the results of you seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for
problems.
me.
Superman will always, anywhere, save people, do good, and protect what's right. If a dictator is subjugating and killing people, Superman will stop that and protect them. It's that simple.
I would question myself in the same situation and hold off a beat and consider the consequences.
People were going to die!
If you include something that cannot be fixed or answered in that way, force him into a corrupting moral act, then as a writer, you've misunderstood Superman and what's interesting about him. This is simply not the story that is. This movie knows that, and for the most part, that's all we need. The other thing is you need the characters in the story to understand and respect that about him too. Not just say they do, but really have connective tissue with him.
I couldn't be more proud of you.
Because another thing about Superman is that he may literally be an alien, but he's clearly just a person. Man of Steel doesn't understand that. For some reason, it thinks the alien bit is the interesting part. And in this movie, everyone does love him, does respect him. And those scenes, for me, are the best ones in the film. The ones that just make you see this guy clearly.
You trust everyone and think everyone you've ever met is, like, beautiful.
The ones where Luthor hates him accomplish the same thing.
But at least Galileo did something. He wasn't some dopey Venusian catapulted onto this planet just to have the world fawn over him.
But listen, it's not a perfect movie. Not everything here works. The swim with a CGI baby is annoying, and it looks awful. There's way too much going on, with way too many characters, making certain things feel really rushed, and the plot lack a clean arc.
The whole world turned against Superman, and we all owe him an enormous apology. He is, of course, the hero we always thought he was.
The climax being the city splitting in half is pretty stupid looking. It says the harem joke way too many times, as if it thinks it's really funny.
Because who knows how large his secret harem is already.
He finds Boravian women the most physically attractive and wants to add them to his secret harem.
Dude, you got a secret harem?
This part doesn't make any sense.
Brain beats brawn. Sorry, chum.
No! How did you beat brawn with brains in this scenario, Superman? You remembered you had a dog? But none of this really matters. It barely even registers to me, in the face of the characters, universe, and message being so perfect. This movie knows who Superman is, and it has a deep love for him, whereas Man of Steel just had no idea, leaving him dull and empty. I'm almost 30 years old, and I care about Superman a lot. That's something about myself that I sometimes find embarrassing. I don't know anybody else who cares, and I don't talk about it a lot. Watching Man of Steel, I felt annoyed and angry with it, but most of all, it made me feel stupid for caring. For a long time, I checked out of DC movies, convinced I must not like them like I used to, or that what I wanted wasn't what everybody else did. But one day after work, I went to see the new Superman movie by myself, and I saw a movie made by a guy who clearly cared, and I was surrounded by people who were enraptured by Superman, by the strength, kindness, safety, and power of the character. It was an often stupid movie. Things happened in it that I normally would have been critical of, but there were just so many moments where I saw something that reminded me why I care.
Oh, I'm gonna turn myself in.
Wait, what? Why?
Maybe they'll take me wherever they took the dog. I don't know how else to find him.
It's a dog.
Yeah, and he's not even a very good one, but he's out there alone, and he's probably scared.
And man, I just fucking loved it.